morning to my dear children of Standard 6. Today we are going to study history, lesson number 11, Ancient India and the World. Okay, let's start. 11.1, India and the countries of the West. 11.2, India and the other countries in the Asia. India and the countries of the West. People of the Harappan civilization had developed trade relations with the countries of the West. Ever since then, India had economic and cultural exchanges with the outside world. Buddhism has spread to Afghanistan and to many countries of Central Asia. During the period of Iranian Emperor, India contact with the Western world increased. The Greek historian of the period grew more curious about India. Their writings introduced India to the Western world. The routes, which were later used by Alexander, were open for trade between India and the countries of the West. Under the influence of the Greek art of sculpture, a new form of art emerged in India during Kushana period. It is called Gandhara School of Art. In Gandhara Art School, images of Gautam Buddha were mainly carved, as this image were mostly found in Gandhara region of Afghanistan. The style is called the Gandhara style. A statue of Gautam Buddha in a museum in Paris in the Gandhara style. The facial features of the statue made in this style are similar to those of the Greek people. The earlier coins that were minted in India were also like Greek coins. Around the first or second century, trade between India and Rome flourished. The port in the South India had a large share in this trade. Some articles made of bronze were found in the excavation at Kolhapur. They have been made in Rome. The excavation at Arkamedu in Tamil Nadu have also brought to light many articles in Rome. Both of these places were important centers of trade between India and Rome. Many such trade centers are mentioned in the literature of those times. A coin of Roman Emperor Augustus found at Arkamedu. Children, tell me, in whose civilization have developed trade relation with the countries of the West? During the Harappan civilization, people of Harappan civilization have developed a trade relation with the countries of the West. Which historian were curious about India? Which historian? The Greek historians were very curious about India. Who started the open trade between India and the countries of the West? Alexander. Where do you find the Gandhara School of Art? What do you find there? The statue of Gautam Buddha's images. A statue of Gautam Buddha is also in the Museum of Paris, which is in Gandhara style. The facial features of the statue made in this style are similar to those of the Greek people. Earlier, the coins were also minted in India, were also like Greek coins. Have you seen the pictures? Yes or no? A sculpture in Gandhara styles on the stupa at Hada in Afghanistan. Greek costumes, amphora and musical instrument are shown in the picture in the textbook page number 54. Can you see? Yes. Around which century there was a trade between India and Rome flourished? Around 1st or 2nd century, the trade between India and Rome were flourished. What was the port? The port in South India has a large share in this trade. Tamil Nadu has brought a light to many articles made in Rome. This placed the important centers of trade between India and Rome, which placed the exhibition of Archimedes in Tamil Nadu. Okay, hope you understand this much. Alexandria was an important port in the Egypt. The Arab merchants carried Indian goods up to Alexandria. From there, they were sent to the countries in Europe. Beside Indian goods, the Arabs also conveyed Indian philosophy and science to Europe. The concept of zero is one of India's major contribution to the world. Who has started the concept of zero, children? We have studied in the before chapter, Aryabhat. It was also the Arab who introduced this Indian concept to Europe. Who have introduced this concept of Indians to Europe? The Arabs. Arab people. Indian and other countries in Asia. Many countries in Asia were greatly influenced by Indian culture to those times. Just see a wall painting in the Sagaria caves. Can you see in the map? Yes? Okay. Just see the map, the important trade routes of India and Asia. India is shown highlighted, Iran, Tibet, China, even you can see Sri Lanka, Arabstan, East Africa, Egypt. Can you see children in the map? Indonesia and Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, which are indicated on the map. Okay, children. Sri Lanka, King Ashoka had sent his son Mahendra and daughter Sangamitra to Sri Lanka to spread Buddhism. To whom Ashoka had sent his son Mahendra and daughter Sangamitra to spread which religion? Buddhism. Where he sent them? To Sri Lanka. Their names are mentioned in Buddhist text Mahavamsam written in Sri Lanka. Sangamitra carried a branch of Bodhi tree. What he carried? She carried a Bodhi tree with her. The Sri Lankan tradition believes that the Bodhi tree at Anuradhapur in Sri Lanka has grown from the same branch. There was a great demand in India for Sri Lankan pearl and other precious stone. In the 5th century CE, King Kashyap had caves dug out at a place called Sigiriya. The wall painting in this caves bear a resemblance to the painting in the Ajanta caves. The Sri Lankan Buddhist work Deepavamsam and Mahavamsam provide information about the close relation between India and Sri Lanka. They are written in the Pali language. Sigiriya Palace was built by King Kashyap. Okay, children. China and other countries. Right from the ancient time, India and China had established trade and cultural relations. Emperor Harshvardhan had sent an ambassador to the Chinese court. Chinese silk was known as China Sukha and was in great demand in India. Chinese silk to the western countries. The land route by which the silk trade was carried on was called the Silk Trade, and the trade which was carried were called Silk Route. Some ancient places in India were connected to this route. Nalasopara near Mumbai in Maharashtra was one such place. The Chinese Buddhists, bhikkhus, Fa-Hien and Yongchong also came to India through the Silk Route. Who came to this Silk Route? Fa-Hien and Yongchong. They came countries in Southeast Asia. The ancient kingdom of Phnom in Cambodia was established in the 1st century CE. Evidence is available from Chinese tradition that an Indian name, Kaudinya, established it. People of Phnom knew the Sanskrit language. A stone inscription of that period is still in existence. It is in Sanskrit. In many other countries of Southeast Asia too, small kingdoms established by people of India origin had emerged. These kingdoms helped to spread Indian culture in Southeast Asia. Indian culture had a deep impact on the art and cultural life of Southeast Asia. Dance, drama based on stories from the two Indian epics Ramayana and Mahabharata are popular in Indonesia. Which two epics are popular in Indonesia? Mahabharata and Ramayana. This influence continued to increase over the years. In ancient period, the Buddhist religion spread to Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia. In the later years, temples of Lord Shiva and Vishnu were also built there. This year we have reviewed Indian history from 3000 BCE to the 8th century. Next year we will study the history of India from the 9th century to 18th century. The history of this period is known as medieval history. Okay children, hope you understand this much. Now solve all the textual question answers in your notebook. Whatever you have studied today, hope you all understand this much. Till then, thank you. Okay.